Daily commuters between Delhi and Gurugram are facing massive traffic jams today after protesting farmers announced to continue their Delhi Chalo agitation. Delhi police, along with their counterparts in Gurugram, have made elaborate arrangements to stop the farmers from entering the national capital by putting up road blockades at different borders. The move has led to traffic chaos at places like Rajokri border, Sarhol border, Delhi Gurugram highway and Delhi Bahadurgarh highway during the official hours from 7 to almost 11 a.m. Several videos were shared online of hundreds of vehicles stuck in traffic jam at the Delhi Gurugram and Delhi Bahadurgarh roads due to the restriction of movement. Multi-layered barricades have also been put up at several locations. Meanwhile, Delhi police has heightened security in the national capital on Wednesday and directed its personnel to ensure strict vigil at Tikri, Singhu and Ghazipur borders after the protesting farmers announced to continue their Delhi Chalo agitation. My colleague Brian has also filed a ground report earlier this morning wherein the commuters narrated the distress they have to go through due to the road blocking. Before we move further, let's quickly listen in to this ground report.
Two-wheelers are facing a lot of problems. Traffic is halted. Commuters are taking time to reach from one place to another. There are people who are facing, there are people who are struggling. Also, you see the bikers, you see the two-wheelers. आपसे जानने की कोशिश करेंगे सर, दिक्कत हो रही है आप ट्रैवल करो एक जगह से?
जी सर, जरूर ट्रैवल करने में बहुत दिक्कतें हो रही है वैसे भी।
जैम बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है।
बहुत टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है हमारा इस काम में।
So you can actually see that jams are rising. People are facing problems. Commuters are facing problems. You see jams, traffic jams are on a high rise. The people. Yes, there is a protest going on. Yes, they want their demands to be met. Yes, there are problems happening. But you see also buses. सही बात है सर, सही बात है. You see how frustrated the people are. सर आपको दिक्कत हो रही है ट्रैवल करने में इस तरह से?
बिल्कुल जी दिक्कत हो रही है, हमें ट्रैवल करने में बहुत दिक्कत हो रही है.
बहुत दिक्कत हो रही है. ये पहले ऐसा ही था या इसके वजह से ज़्यादा दिक्कत हो रही है?
नहीं, इसकी वजह से ही काफ़ी दिक्कत हुई है.
Thank you. You can actually see that barricades have been done, and as a result of that, also the two-wheelers who are traveling, they are also facing. Sir, आपसे भी जानने का कोशिश करेंगे क्या कुछ दिक्कत हो रहा है? Barricades लगे, banners लगे हैं.
ये ट्रैफिक के पीछे 2 किलोमीटर तक से ज़्यादा ट्रैफिक हो जाता है.
उसके वजह से काफ़ी दिक्कत हो रही है.
काफ़ी दिक्कत आ रही है. सुबह शाम आने में 2 घंटे हमको यहाँ लग जाते हैं.
So you can actually see, viewers, how frustrated the two-wheelers are because they are taking a lot of time to reach from one place to another. सर आपसे भी जानने का कोशिश करेंगे हम. आप टू-व्हीलर से आते हैं, आप बाइक चलाते हैं, तो इस जो स्थिति हो रहा है, फार्मर्स का प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है, इसमें आपका क्या दिक्कत हो रहा है? आने जाने में कोई दिक्कत हो रही है?
सर मैं अभी जो है पानीपत से आ रहा हूँ और काफ़ी सारा दिक्कत हो रही है. ट्रैफिक जगह जगह पर जाम है और आम जनता को काफ़ी ज़्यादा परेशानी हो रही है.
You can actually see that the commoners, the common people are facing so much problem. Thank you, sir. So much problem, and they are traveling from one place to another. Two-wheelers. You've also heard a bus driver also. He literally stopped and started narrating the pain that he is going through. Two-wheelers are coming. They are facing the problems. They are saying they are opening it up to us that the problems that they are facing in situations like this are on a high rise. Then as a result of that, also traveling becomes a major issue. This is me, Brian Andy Thomas, signing off with camera person Pawan for NewsX Delhi.
All right, let me quickly bring in our guests as well. Ellen Rao, former IPS officer, joins us live. We also have Major General A.K. Sivaj, former Chief Territorial Army, joining us live. Anurag Kulshresht, traffic expert, also joins the broadcast. Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, is live with us as well. Let me bring you in here first on the disruptions that we are seeing. Of course, Ellen Rao, what do you make of it? Obviously, heavy police patrolling and the farmers trying to get closer and closer to Delhi, leading to traffic chaos.
Definitely, unfortunately, this agitation of the farmers is leading to the traffic chaos. There, the commuters are facing great problem while coming into Delhi or going out of Delhi, and this is because of this. And we in Delhi, I think that at Delhi border, Delhi-Haryana border or any other border near Delhi, we are fully prepared because on the last 2 years we have during the last before 2 years when the incident took place and then these persons were allowed to come into Delhi because of some assurance given by them, but they did not accept that assurance. They did not fulfill that assurance, and they make havoc in Delhi area, particularly Central Delhi and New Delhi area. Even they went up to the Red Fort and they have beaten so many police officers. In that incident we cannot forget at all. And they did not swear even the national flag. They defamed that national flag also. But keeping in all these things, now with this experience, Delhi police is strictly and very firm and bold on the borders, and we have decided not to let them inside Delhi. What may come, whatever the deployment of force is required by Delhi police, definitely they will do it. And I'm sure that we are competent enough to make land order situation very firmly, and nobody will be taken for granted, and nobody can take the law in their own hands, and they cannot create any violence in Delhi itself. No doubt the commuters will be facing problem from while they are approaching towards Delhi. Have no doubt that the people are facing very acute problem for this because of this agitation. And secondly, I must tell you, I am also a farmer from Haryana. From Haryana people, no farmer is annoyed with these the government policies. And I don't think that why the farmers, so-called farmers from Punjab are doing all these things. It means that there is somebody behind them, because from where these expenses are there, so much big machines by the farmers, they are being carried away with them. I don't think that this is the protest of real farmers. There is something seems to be behind the scene, and that should be looked into by our security agencies, and particularly by the intelligence agency inside our country, and RNAW from outside of our country, that who are the powers and who are the persons behind it, who are the organizations behind it, who are instigating at this, and that the very important thing is the timing of this agitation is very important, because forthcoming Lok Sabha elections are very near, and they definitely want to defame our country and defend the central government. It seems to their motive. I think otherwise there is an option. There has been offer by the government officials, and there are negotiations going on. 4 round of talks have taken place, but they are adamant not to avoid all any other suggestions by the government or solution provided by the government. It seems that they are adamant to do some violence in the garb of this movement. That I think Delhi police will not allow to do all these things by them.
Yes, let me also, in fact, take that straight across to Anurag Kulshresht as well. Anurag, what is leading to these massive traffic jams, and what is the way out of this mess in the next few days? Because the protests aren't looking like they're ending anytime soon.
Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. But there's a problem, because yes, we know everything. We have investigated everything last time what happened. We know the forces behind it. I think everybody is aware of this in administration. The only thing what we have learned from the past, stopping the farmers at the border of the Delhi is not the solution. Because ultimately we are the bonded labor inside Delhi. And business and other activities and the jobs, people are commuting from other parts of states to Delhi, and Delhiites commuting to another states. That is a problem. So ultimately we have to open our highways at any cost. Stopping highways is not the solution. I think police or other administration and other forces must take care of this. Let the farmers be away from the highways, maybe in the fields and everywhere. But roads must be open at any cost, because problems, we all are having the problems. I as an individual, I am having number of problems with the government, but that doesn't mean that we should stop basically the entire country for something. Yes, please.
Yes, absolutely. Let me get in Himanshu as well for his take. Himanshu Bhatt, protests are fine because people do have a right to freedom of expression and protest, but is it correct at the right of inconveniencing others?
I'll tell you, protests are fine. Agitation is fine. If people are coming without any, this modified vehicles, modified JCBs and Falklands and tractors, as if, They want to wage a war against the state. If that is going to be the scenario, if that is going to be the motive, they cannot be allowed at any cost. If they want to come, yes, they can come. There can be lines of two, or people can just walk through. You walk through, you are 14,000 of you, you walk through without any of these vehicles. Get yourself checked and see to that you are not carrying weapons. Nobody is going to deny you anything. Nobody is going to say you no, don't come in. You are also citizens of India. You have a right to come to Delhi. You can do that. But they don't want to do that. See, the problem is they don't want to do that. They want to use all this heavy machinery trying to threaten. Well, that's not going to happen this time. It happened once. And after that, we saw what the results were. One of their farmers died in the first round of a couple of years back. You cannot forget history. You have to be very, very cautious. And I'm very carefully using the word, trying to wage the war against the state. Well, I hope some good sense prevails and they don't do it. Because as you said, police is not going to let up this time. Because we know the motives. And I have a very simple question as a citizen of this country. Are these people standing, all of them are farmers? No, sir. Very few of them are farmers. Rest of all are something else. Because when you ask them what is the meaning of MSP, they don't know. And then they say, we are here to get the Khalistan. See, that doesn't work here. That's waging war against the country. No, sir. And you are trying to fool us? There are some external powers working on it. That's all right. But we need to take care of them. And people must remember, Punjab is not the only state. Punjab is not the only state. There are 28 states. Every state has a farmer. Now today, I saw the videos of Haryana farmers saying, we are ready with our lots. Let them come in the fields. We'll show them. If that happens, that will invite violence. And probably that is what this agitation wants. That blood of a couple of people has spilled. I'm sorry to say all these words, but it looks like that. And then they can sabotage things. That's taking country to a ransom, and that cannot be tolerated. Talks are fine. Agitation is fine. You walk peacefully through without any weapons. Who is saying you know? Who is saying you know to do a dharna in the place of your choosing in Delhi? But that dharna has to be a dharna and not with all these heavy machineries. If you are going to do that, police is not going to let you come alive. That needs to be taken care of. And that's why I'm saying Delhiites are going to face a very tough choice and a tough time. Because if you let these people come in again, there's going to be problems again, which we saw 2-3 years ago. And now this government will not relent. This is what is my take and this is what is my feeling looking at things. Yes, Uday?
Yes, absolutely. Let me also get in Major General A.K. Sewaj for his take. Major General A.K. Sewaj, what do you make of the way the protests are panning out and the kind of traffic chaos now that is being witnessed at many borders of Delhi?
See, Uday, first of all, 2-3 things stand out. India is a country which has got a population of 140 crores. And today the nerve center is Delhi. And one must also say the Greece Prime Minister is today in the capital of the country. He is holding a discussion with Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi. A number of issues have been sorted out, agreements have been signed. Now the point is that we cannot allow such a thing to happen, that the people start marching towards capital of the country along with their tractor, bulldozer, earth movers, and they come and now disturb the complete peace of capital. What is the outcome of this? The last time when it happened, there are anti-social elements and there are ISI which is involved. The farmers will not know. But since I have worked almost about 30 to 40 years in Jammu and Kashmir. I know this is what the situation is been exploited by people across the border. They are waiting for such opportunity. There are sleeper cell, there are overground workers. When they find chaos and confusion, 14,000 people have got together. There are 1,200 tractors. There are about 100 buses and this, and they are with the heavy equipment like earth movers, bulldozer, and all. Ideal opportunity to create confusion, and that is where to create a misunderstanding between the police and also with the crowd. You know, when so much gathering is allowed, then there are no more as sensible public. It is a crowd which do not follow the rules and regulation of the day. First of all the three states, whether it is Punjab, Haryana or Delhi, they should be on the same page. How can Punjab allow these farmers to come up to the border of Haryana? They shouldn't have been allowed. And second thing is, Haryana government will not allow them to come to Delhi. But certainly what happened is, what message are we sending to the world? There are talks going on, the government is aware. You know, the farmers have got their demand. There are certain demands which are genuine. And that's why the 4th round of talks have taken place. 5th is ready, is going to take place today. The agriculture minister is very positive. They want to find out a solution. They have given a solution which has not been accepted by the farmers, which possibly to us looks to be very viable solution and a very sensible solution. But all said and done, my point is that in a country like India, you cannot take law in your own hand. Today, what is happening is, in Delhi, what message are we sending to the international community? We are the 5th largest economy of the world, 4th largest military power, that we are taken for a ransom. You find that the people can't move from place A to place B. That is not acceptable. You can't. You have all the right to come and do agitation peacefully. You don't need tractor, you don't need bulldozer, you don't need earth mover. You come in the vehicle. You have a genuine demand, no doubt about it. Please discuss with the government of the day. But coming like this and putting the whole system on jeopardy and putting everyone on ransom is not acceptable. What message are we sending across? You know, there are certain powers which are operating outside the country. They want confusion to be created before the election. This is very normal. It's happened every time. But India has moved on. I am only can say, Uday, it has to be handled very sensibly. We as a nation are one of the world nation which everyone is watching it. Everyone is saying a fastest growing economy before COVID-19, fastest growing economy after COVID-19. We are the light of the day as far as the world is concerned. So let's handle this situation amicably, peacefully and intelligently. And remember that the Pakistan ISI can do anything. When they fight so much mob together, they can go to any extent. This is my experience of Jammu and Kashmir for 40 years, Uday.
Yes, let me also though take that across to Ellen Rao. Ellen Rao, you know, the protesters who some of whom we've been speaking to as well, the farmers, they're saying that the police is also to blame. You know, they're saying that they are the ones putting up the barricades and, you know, obstructing the traffic, not us. How do you respond to that?
No, the police is duty bound to protect all these big machinery and big tractors. As I'm right, I fully agree with Mr. Savaji and Sudhanshu, Himanshu. What is the need of bringing all these big vehicles inside Delhi? They are most welcome. We are living in a democratic country. Everybody has a right to have a peaceful demonstration, and they should come. Ramlila ground is there for them. They can do it after taking permission from the government or from the police. But what is the requirement of the big tractors and big machineries like bulldozers? That's why the police has to stop this ground. This is not the police doing it there at itself. They are not. We are not doing for our own, because we want to save our city from these so-called farmers, because their intention is not good. Their intention is very bad, that they want to create havoc in our city. So we will not allow to do all these things. And if they have any such intentions, definitely we are here to take appropriate action against the person who is taking our city, our country at ransom, and we cannot allow this type of violence. They want that police have confrontation with them. Then there must be a bloodshed, because this is their purpose. The leaders will run away from these things. When something is happened, then the poor people who doesn't know who do not know. I'm also agree, Mr. Himanshuji, that the people, so many people, you ask them what is the meaning of MSP, they don't know at all. They ask them why you are here. They don't know. We are here only because some people called me. Some people are paying us. Some people are giving us food and daru, etc. That's why these persons are gathering like this. And this is no way of solving any problem. The problem can be solved with talks, with peaceful and with intelligently, having with all open-mindedness. Not like this that we are bringing with big machinery, bulldozers and all these things. Their intention is very clear. They want to create a nuisance here in Delhi. That will not be allowed at all, Uday.
Yes. Okay. Himanshu Bhatt, how do you react to that point that is, of course, being made? Trying to blame the police for what is happening.
How can you blame the police for that? You tell me something when there is a big modified JCB machines and Falkland machines are being brought in with about 200 tractors. Can you imagine 200 tractors moving in Delhi on Delhi roads? Can that be happen? With already huge congestion in a city like Delhi, how can you have these things coming in? And in those tractors and in those bigger machines, what are the things stacked in? There are all weapons. They bring in 6 months of rations. Even the ration for 6 months, liquor for 6 months, means they are prepared for a long haul. A regular farmer will not be able to do that. And that's why I say not all of them are farmers. Very few are real farmers. Other are other antisocial elements. And these antisocial elements have been supplied with this. So they are having a free meal, free liquor, and they want to have a joyride. That is what is happening. And there are some external powers working in it. As Major said, you very rightly said, General said. Yes, ISI is trying to take. But then I have heard these people talking. We have videos on record where they say, we are here for Khalistan. There are flag scenes of Khalistan. How can that be tolerated in the country? Isn't that waging a war against the nation? Why is it that Pannu sitting somewhere in Canada has to come out with a video on this? A commoner living in Bharat, living in India today, is asking these questions because people are fed up. And on top of doing all these things, government still very cleverly said them, we'll give you MSP for five farm products, which included dals. And India is a huge importer of dals. And we import that from Canada, from USA. If the farmers can cultivate it here, it will benefit them double way. One, the water levels of Punjab soil has gone down to 1,500, 2,000 feet. That will come up.
Yes.
And second, if they grow maximum dal, India will become self-sufficient.
Okay, I'm afraid I've run completely out of time. So let's leave it at that. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.